What up YouTube? How's it going? My name is Rock. Welcome back to another anime reaction. Today we're going to be reacting to Cowboy Bebop episode 9. So I did react to episode 8, but it turns out the audio wasn't recorded. And that's a bummer as well too. So I messed up again, just like I did on the few other episodes. I did it again, but this time I did record, but it was just the audio that wasn't recorded. So this time I'm gonna make sure this audio was recorded because I really want to put this reaction out because I enjoyed the last episode with Roko, right? It's sad that he died and he left a sister who's blind, but I do hope she gets cured, right? I think her name was Stella, right? Stella. What else? Yeah, oh, they got a lot of money, so I got some dog food, so you know, it was something, a little funny thing right there. But yeah, it was just overall a really good episode. I enjoyed episode 7 too with VT, and I enjoyed Roko. It was sad that he died because he was a really good character, right? You know, he just did some bad things. He hung out with bad people, but sometimes that's just how the world is, right? Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do to survive, and that's what Roko did, right? He stole a plant, right, that could like help his sister, but like it turns out, you know, that his gang doesn't want him to do that. Well, they want the plant back, but you know, that's not gonna happen. So at the end they get into a shootout and Roko dies. Spike lives. I mean, he sells the spores, you know, those seedlings. Yeah, I said spores, those seeds. I would have sold that, honestly, or capitalized on it, right? I would have like grew it myself. But I think he did the right thing, you know. He basically, I forgot what he did at the end, but I think he did enough to fund for her treatment. So I think that was really cool. So shout out to Spike for that. So if you enjoy this reaction, like, subscribe, share, comment as well too. I'll put my Instagram right here and my Twitter right here. And let's get right into this reaction. Is that Earth? No, I think that's gotta be Earth, right? That looked like Earth from like that surface on outer space. Did this dude just do that to make some art? I know that reminds me of, you know, the more in the Hispanic, I forgot I forgot what it's called, right? These, you know, art, right? I think more in the Hispanic area or like in Mexico and stuff like that, this type of art. The Aztecs and the Mayans and stuff like that, right? That's what this reminds me of.
District 38 is sunny. Slight rock showers this morning.
Way better than winter.
Rock showers into the
Rock showers?
20%.
Rock showers? So you gotta like watch out for rocks raining? What? Wait, what? Like the insurance on that? Just imagine how much stuff gets destroyed by just rocks like just showering. Just imagine like a thunderstorm, right? What is it, like a rock tornado or some shit?
District 39 is cloudy. Chance of rock showers this afternoon, 10%.
Oh, it's like a database of their ship. What?
The mysterious land carvings that have appeared suddenly in the off-limits area formerly known as South.
Clipping that bonsai tree.
Complete in-depth analysis. Here's our expert on the supernatural.
Me, Yuri Kellerman, of course.
So Yuri,
Yo, this guy is creepy as fuck. Yuri Kellerman.
what can you tell us?
There we go.
When you say beyond,
Beyond.
you mean from aliens, of course. But we know the land carvings were created
Ein.
by lasers coming from a
Ein has to make an entrance in the episode.
been orbiting in a dormant state for many decades.
It's cool that he's washing his ship, like, you know, like a car wash, but he does it for his ship too. I think that's a pretty interesting detail.
The police have come to the conclusion that this was a prank pulled by a net diver who hacked into the satellite mainframe. And they just put out an 8 million wulong reward for the culprit. That's a very substantial bounty.
You saw their faces when they saw that number, when they heard that number, 8 million. I mean, if it was that much just to catch someone, fuck that. I'm interested in too. Let's get their asses.
Very carefully. That 8 million bounty is part of a government conspiracy. Once again, the government is hiding things from us.
The government's always hiding things from us.
Exactly. I've been trying to unmask them for years, and now I've got them.
Holy shit, this guy is crazy.
Pass this time.
Oh shit.
Leaving me alone with her?
Yeah, what's the problem? She's all gung-ho about this thing, you know?
I'm not the type to be led around by a woman.
Well, I guess you're gonna have to get used to it.
I'm even less the type to do that.
Mm.
You know, Jet, it's easier to divide 8 million by 2 than by 3. It's a nice even number.
Here we go.
That does sound good though. I mean, less people, more money. I can deal with that.
I'm really surprised. A tough guy like you afraid of hackers.
Hackers are boring, and chasing him's more boring.
Mm.
Hackers are nerdy, pasty.
Oh, so he's
geeks with
so he finds hackers boring. Oh wow, the hackers would probably be the most interesting ones, right? Because they can get into all kinds of software, get all kinds of data, you know, about anybody and anything, right? So I thought they'd be the most interesting ones. Definitely.
Might have been like that when you were young, but that was a long time ago.
What are you trying to say, Jet? That I'm starting to get old like you?
Well,
Yep.
You can't tell a woman's age by looking at her. Oh, wow.
And you can tell what a woman will do by looking.
I'll expect a souvenir from planet Earth.
So it was Earth. Okay, I was right. It looked like Earth. I was just guessing first, but now it's like confirmed it was Earth.
Now, an update on the hacker incident. According to informed sources, the satellite is from an earlier era. The investigation has been delayed because
Okay.
of binary access.
As a result of the catastrophic data
So there's probably like only one person, only like a few people living on Earth now. Is that what I'm getting at?
accident 50 years ago, moon rocks began to shower the planet recurrently.
That's crazy. They gave this guy an Indian accent. Well, it's cool that Indians are in this too.
Supercomputers, which they put into orbit. These computers allow them to stay in contact with those who
I wonder who voiced him.
I see. And those computers.
Looks like she's really tech oriented. That's pretty cool. PDE.
Come out!
Oh, Edwards. So it's a boy. Okay.
Oh no! Whoa, what's wrong?
Well, what's happening? Is this a bomb or something? He hacked your ship. Yeah, this kid's good.
Possible! There's no one in there!
And he's driving it with the controller? That's fire. Aw, man, he crashed it.
Okay. This is where the satellite was when they hacked into it.
Mm-hmm.
This is the section we can access. First thing, I'll inspect all of the transmitters to see what kind of contact they've had.
I'll see
Okay.
what I can find out about the hackers working this area.
So it looks like Earth, not a lot of people are living on Earth. I guess, you know, they'd be living on other planets. I wonder what happened to Earth. I wonder if they'll ever explain what happened, because it just looks like a wasteland.
Okay, let's start with all the transmitters that are online right now.
I like this little soundtrack. Oh, they already got hacked.
Yeah, it's probably Ed, bro. He's a
Yo, this dude's a hippie.
7 feet tall. Used to play basketball. At least that's what everyone says.
Of course I know about it. They call him Radical Edward, a hacker with a beautiful yet whimsical
Holy
yet-
shit. They all know about him.
Edward's only 3 years old. A freak of nature who loves horrible pranks, I hear.
Audrey, my girlfriend, told me all about Edward. He's a drag queen at one of those operations.
Super bad hacker. You must mean Radical Edward. He's an alien, that's what I heard.
Is this guy really bad, or is he just likes to mess around and play around? You know, just playing pranks. I don't think that's really bad, per se.
Satellite that got hacked into. Tell me where you are. Ed wants those coordinates. What's this? Ed's got the right satellite. But there
Okay.
hasn't been any contact from Earth at all.
Nobody here.
Hmm?
Always alone.
Huh? A voice inside Ed's head?
Someone's contacting him?
System.
Oh,
Are you?
that is a good question.
What did you just say?
Are they kind of like speaking in code too? Is that what's happening? Or what else is like, is the numbers being like translated into actual human language? That would be cool too. If that's what's happening.
I am the central processing unit on
A CPU.
5
Okay.
artificial satellite.
Too stuffy. Don't you have a nickname?
Just probably go by CPU.
I know. What if I call you
MPU.
It's like CPU, only neater.
I disagree. I kind of like CPU way better than MPU. You know, CPU. I think maybe I'm just used to the like word, the acronym, but MPU just sounds. It doesn't have that like CPU has.
And short for Edward Wong Hao Pepelutivruski the Fourth.
Whoa! I sense a bunch of ethnicities in that, right? I forgot Wong, more Asian. To Devluski, I forgot. I just only heard it. I saw that subtitle. That sounds kind of European to me. So this dude must be mixed ethnicity, which is pretty cool though. He does have a long name. He seems pretty smart too.
Here, a souvenir from Earth.
A piyoko.
You're supposed to eat this thing?
Who knows? Those Earthlings are weird.
Yeah, that may be. But at least I got some information out of it.
It looks like Earth is like really old. Like that's where the slums are, right? Nobody lives there anymore.
Our prime target is a hacker named Radical Edward, a very heavy hitter.
Great. You don't have a profile on this guy.
It's gonna be fun.
Radical Edward's profile: he's a 7-foot-tall ex-basketball pro, Hindu guru, drag queen alien.
He's Hindu. That's interesting.
So why'd you make those big doodles?
Long ago, long before the Gate disaster, Earth was a beautiful planet where people lived in the hills and valleys.
Okay, so now they're explaining Earth's history. I'm intrigued. I'm interested.
And by the rivers, lakes, and seas. Back
Well, score one for the cops. They're not the only ones tracking Radical Edward.
Oh.
Hey guys, found your bounty head.
What the? Huh?
Bebop. Guess what? Nobody hacked into that satellite. The data proves there's no break-in.
Since when do we have an interactive channel?
Don't. This is a hack job done in real time.
That's impressive.
We'll send you MPU's data so you can see.
Wait a minute. What's MPU?
A friend of Edward's.
What are
MPU.
you saying? That you know Edward?
Oh, I thought it was MPU, but it's MPU. That sounds nice, MPU. I think I like it better than CPU, right? MPU. I like that.
It just decides to do some laser carvings all on its own.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah? That's bizarre.
It gets more bizarre. This is a weather satellite, so no
weather
one
satellite?
thought of checking it.
Then the bounty's not on a person. It's on that satellite.
Since MPU
That's crazy. So all this time they're trying to chase a bounty. I thought it's on Edward, but it's actually on the satellite. This is pretty cool. I wonder what's gonna happen. Like, do they capture the satellite or destroy it and then get that bounty? I wonder what's gonna happen.
his access codes can't be used anymore, you'll have to actually go to the satellite.
And do what?
Destroy the transmitters it uses to communicate with the other satellites in the network. Then create a direct link and download MPU. Easy, huh? Oh, I almost forgot. You can't use your computers for flying or shooting.
What?
Hey, where you going?
Hey, it looks like he's interested.
This is the kind of stuff I like. Let's do it.
Wait a minute. How do you know so much about us?
Exactly. I'm curious.
Last week you were on Mars chasing a bounty head named Ajis who got away. So much for the 1 million reward. Before that, on Pyortle, the police beat you to your bounty.
Well, damn.
Jeez, you really are Radical Edward, the one they talk about.
Uh-huh. What have you heard?
Exactly. You're 7 foot tall. You play basketball. You're Hindu. I mean, that's all I remember, but those are some of the things that we've heard.
Connect D7 to number 2. That way you can fire the lasers without the computer.
I'm trusting you on this.
Listen, don't use missiles unless you have to. They're expensive.
Yeah, right.
1,200 to target. All right, prepare to shut down your computer. You'll only have one chance.
That's all I'm gonna need.
Exactly. That's all I'm gonna need.
You can give us the data to prove this. That satellite was acting all on its own. It's the bounty head. There's no hacker.
Ed can prove it, no problem. But remember, Ed wants a favor in return.
I like how he talks in the third person.
If you do it, Ed won't take any of the reward.
Oh, well now, aren't you a nice kid?
Someone.
Oh, shit.
You hit it?
Did you?
No, it saw me coming. An attack satellite blocked my
laser blast.
Holy shit. Yeah, now all those kill lasers are on his ass.
Then we have to take out all the satellites in the sector.
You've got to be kidding.
How many satellites is that? Like hundreds, 500s, thousands? That's crazy.
No, they'll take us out.
Yo, this looks good. Just how smooth it is.
Possible. Huh?
Jet, approach to 20 meters of MQ. The attack satellites won't fire when you're that close.
Okay.
What?
Have Faye act as a decoy to cover.
Thanks, Faye.
Yeah, thanks for volunteering, Faye. Oh shit. This is like some Star Fox shit going on right here. This is cool. It's kind of fun to watch this too. Do your thing, Edward.
Oh,
Come on, respond.
Ed. We meet again.
MQ, they have a bounty out on you.
Bounty?
Yes,
It's still crazy that a satellite has a bounty.
but we'll just make a copy of you. Then we'll let them catch the copy and you'll be safe.
Say.
Ah.
You must
What happened? Did he get fried or something?
And so, we have a strange ending to a strange case.
Hmm.
The criminal was apprehended. It turned out to be a spy satellite disguised as a weather satellite.
That's crazy. Your criminal was a satellite. I've never heard that before where like a crime was like committed by a satellite. No, the perpetrator was a satellite.
Of these crackdowns. But I still don't know why it carved pictures of weird creatures and all. What in the world was that all about, huh?
That's easy. It was lonely, so it drew some friends.
promise.
Let's go. Come on, Jet, now.
Ed keeps yelling something about a promise?
Some promises are made to be broken, in fact. Most of them are. Now, come on, lift off.
Yo, Faye, that's fucked up. I mean, if all you gotta do is meet the kid, you know, that's all there is to it. Man, just keep the promise.
Not coming for Ed. Ooh la la.
Oh, it's gonna crash! Okay, didn't.
That Ed could become a real member of Bebop.
I wonder why he wants to be a part of Bebop. Interesting. I mean, at least we got a new person on the crew, I guess. Yeah, it sucked ass.
Do you know that there are 3 things that I particularly hate?
And what are they?
Really? Kids,
Animals.
animals, and women with attitudes.
And you got all 3 on your ship. Wow.
Why do we have all 3 of them in our ship?
Ed loves Yoko's.
And once again, we get no bounty. Not a single oolong.
Oh, you're a girl. Okay. I thought it was a guy. Well, damn. So I was right. It was a girl before. Alright, guys. So we just got done with episode 9. And I gotta say, this was a really cool episode as well, too. We got introduced to Edward, who I misgendered multiple times in this video. It turns out I thought it was a girl, which I was right. But then I guessed it was a boy because they named it was called Edward. And then at the end, we figured out it was a girl, right? I think, like, because, like, sometimes it's hard to like figure out the voices. You know, sometimes you could tell by their character design, but this one I couldn't tell, right? And by the name too, Edward. Usually a woman wouldn't, like a girl wouldn't have like a male name such as Edward. And I know sometimes like something like Sam, right? It's like it could be a name for both genders, right? Sam. You know, I met a guy named Sam, and I know a girl named Sam too, and I know there are probably other names too that are like, you know, binary gender, right? So yeah, I didn't realize that too, but it turns out Edward is a hacker, and we learned a little bit about Earth, right? It seems more like the slums, right? You know, that's crazy. You thought it'd be like, you know, flourishing, but no, I see why. You know, more there's like these space colonies and people living in other spaces. Something must have happened to Earth, so everybody probably moved on. And it was a gate incident too, so they didn't get really deep into it, but they just basically gave us a vague explanation. Yeah, it was just a gate incident, you know, and you know that's basically what happened. So I wish we could dwell more, like get the history of it as well too. But it turns out I also love the diversity. You know, I love seeing the Indian people, right? That was pretty cool too. I'm guessing they're Indian, right? They didn't mention Hindu, but there could be other people, you know, of various like brown skins that could be Indian too. Maybe like some, who knows, Pakistanis, or anybody can be Hindu, right? But I mean, it just seemed like it was pretty interesting how diverse this show is. I said this like in the previous episode that, you know, I'm not gonna be able to put up because of the audio. But this show is so diverse and it's so ahead of its time, which is pretty cool. And I just love this about this show. But it turns out in this episode, our culprit was not Edward, but a satellite. And its name was CPU. Well, it had this long name. They just called it MPU, right? And what happened was, it turned out that satellite was the bounty because it drew some kind of carving in Earth. But since it's not a life form, like a living life form, they couldn't claim the bounty, which sucked because, you know, they captured it. Well, they didn't capture it, but I think they disabled it. And I know Edward was able to keep a copy as well too, which was pretty cool. You know, he didn't want the satellite. It was she didn't want the satellite to be alone. See, I just misgendered again. I'm gonna have to work on it. I know with VT, I messed up on that too because I basically thought, you know, she was a he, but it turned out it was a she, right? And this one I misgendered too, so I'm really gonna have to work on that. But overall, this was a really enjoyable episode. So if you enjoyed this reaction, like, subscribe, share, and comment as well too. Follow me on Instagram and follow me on Twitter. And peace.